Is it going?
Oh yeah, it's going.
Hi! Woo!
So I'm Mary.
I'm Elizabeth.
Shayna is not here because she has not read. She's hopefully reading Heir of Fire right now. She better be. She's in the other room. Clug beat her up. Beat her up and
She's
stuff.
just not quite up to date with us. I just finished last night at like 4 in the morning. So this morning.
I didn't see your text message until like 7 this morning. I was like, oh my god. Did you stay up all night?
Yes,
and like,
yes, I did.
even at 7 a.m. you were still awake. I was like,
Because I hadn't gone to sleep. I was
Sleep.
watching cartoons.
So, if you haven't guessed, if you haven't heard, this is the live book talk for Nerdy BookBOOK Club of Empire Storms. Empire Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my god.
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful and we loved it.
I can't wait another year.
How am I supposed to live through another 65 days? I don't know. We got the opportunity to meet Sarah at Book People in Arlington. We had a lot of fun with that. She signed her books, got to talk. Other than that, I guess we'll just get started in saying, what were your predictions coming into this book?
I don't really know.
Like, what were you, like,
Hoping
hoping for?
Well,
End of Queen of Shadows.
I was definitely hoping for some Mandalorian action.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I
That
loved it.
little clip of them seeing each other in Queen of Shadows, I was like, I need that. I was like, yes.
So much. I ship it so hard.
I ship it so hard.
And then it happens.
And we'll get more into that later. But yeah, I was thinking, they would get to Terracin and everything would like happen for them and
Yeah,
stuff.
I thought she was gonna get there and like start ruling, and then it's just like, just kidding. We're screwing you over,
JK.
sorry, Aelin.
Sorry, and it was like, wait,
What?
what happened?
What?
That's not fair. That's not very nice.
You bastard.
You bastards. So yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen, and it didn't happen. And then let's talk about the elephant that's not in the room. Kale
Didn't appear at all.
he was like mentioned a whole like
Twice.
3 times, and it's just like, oh, that's cool. I was all
I was
expecting.
hoping he would like make some like magical appearance, like I can walk again, yay!
Look at me, guys. Yeah.
And bring in an army to help her. I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen in the next one.
Yeah.
I mean,
First
hopefully.
prediction for the last book, is Kale's gonna just like boom in there with like an army, just be like, hello,
Yeah.
look at me. So that's my prediction number 1 for the next book. But I was I did not read Assassin's Blade.
Oh, you should.
Shame on me. Because there's so many people that come in from Assassin's Blade.
What's the girl at the very end? Well, all the people that are coming to help at the very end all appear in Assassin's Blade.
Yeah, like,
so if you haven't read that, you should. It's really good. It's just a bunch of little stories put into one.
Yeah.
So you get to hear like her adventures before Throne of Glass. It's really
What
interesting.
was that girl's name? Oh my god, now I have to like look it up. If you didn't
I loved her, even though I hate her at the end of the book. I love, like, at the end of her little story, I loved her.
If you didn't know, we are also taking questions and stuff like that on our Twitter page. We can also do it on the video as well if you're watching. Use the hashtag Nerdy Empire Club on Twitter, and that's the fastest way that we'll see questions, and we'll answer them at the end of the show. God, like, I can't remember her name to save my life. Oh well. But that one chick, that one chick that comes in the end, she was really cool, and I liked her, but I didn't know who she was. I was like,
Who's that?
who's that? Queen of who? Because
Well,
I didn't read Assassin's Blade.
I don't want to
Shame
give
on
it
me.
away, but I mean, because she... Okay, at the end of her little story, she's kind of like a bitch that, like, betrays people, so that's why the one guy, when he saw her, he's like, I'm gonna kill you! Like, the leader of the assassins, because... So, there is some tension between
I like this little nose
all
right
of
here.
them. Here's Bartok. He decided to say hi. This is one of my dogs.
And Kale the cat is running around
Yeah.
somewhere.
Kale, come here!
Oh, he's over here.
Since Kale didn't make an appearance in the book, hopefully he'll make an appearance as a cat.
Kale the
He'll
cat's
pop up
cool.
at some point.
He'll pop up at some point. But yeah, so I was really confused with that. But Rolf's character, I thought she was gonna just kill him and stuff. Like the part when Shayna comes back, and Rowan and Dorian and Rolf are like walking into his office, and she's just sitting there with her feet up, like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And it's like a total like Jack Sparrow Pirates of the Caribbean, like when she's like has the jewels in her hands, and he's like, "Get that out of your sleeve," and she's like, "Oh, get that out of your mouth," or something.
The other one.
Get the other one. I was like, that was very
I loved
Pirates.
her description of herself. She's like, "Oh well, you're taking. She must be a wonderful, beautiful, magnificent." He's like, "Yes, all of the above."
Yep.
And it was just her sass is life in these books. That's just
Shayna's
what I
sass
look for.
is sassy, and I love it, and it's amazing.
She's so hilarious. So what other topic?
Skulls Bay battle.
But yeah, BT Dubs. That's another person that appears in Assassin's Blade. Is
Rolf,
so
the pirate lord.
You get
from
to
Skulls
hear
Bay.
about her and Sam blowing up stuff, freeing the slaves, and
yeah. Skulls Bay battle with Lysandra is terrifying.
I was not anticipating that at all. So I was like, "Oh, sweet, so much fun." I'm like, "Who the hell are you? What are you doing?" What was her name? Deanna?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
I believe it was Deanna.
You almost killed Rowan. What? No.
Get
You
out of here.
almost blew up the freaking city. Don't do that. I just.
When they mention the gods and stuff, it's so confusing. Like they're there, but they're not really there, and
So
it's like
what's happening?
what?
Wait, they can interact with people? I thought they're just like mystical creatures that you don't know anything about. You just like worship, but apparently they interact all the time.
It was very, very odd. Lysandra and the water dragon, when she's like battling the two
the sea wyverns.
Yeah, the sea wyverns, and blowing up ships and stuff, and then the adult weavers come in and they're like, "Oh, if you kill one of their babies, they're gonna be after you for life," and it's like, well, shit, that just happened,
and Alien comes to the rescue.
And then Alien comes to the rescue and
Alien.
pulls her up shore. He's like, when he said, "If we survive this, basically, I'm going to marry you," and I was just like,
yes.
And she's still the sea dragon, and his heads were there and stuff like that.
Speaking of marrying, can we talk about the fact that we didn't get to see Aelin and Rowan get married? What is Sarah? I would love to see that.
I would have loved to see that. Maybe it'll be in one of the short stories or something like that. Well, I think it's more about
it'll
Kale.
have a flashback.
Yeah.
In the next book, but I was just like, wait, they got married? Why do we not get? What? I love Rowan. Can I have him? He's mine.
Let's talk about Manon, the battle. Manon versus grandmother, bitch.
Oh my god.
When I think it ended with the chapter ended with her striking her grandmother, and I was just like, yeah! I think I screamed in my condo.
But I was expecting it not to happen because I'm like, oh no, and then it did. I was just like, yes! Finally, stand up for what you know.
But that whole part when she's like, she saves Dorian, and that was all hunky-dory, and then the yellow legs bitch that was just like, you didn't really, save the city, whatnot, you blah, 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 and she basically is, trial, they're growling
at Kale.
But she's basically, okay, you're not going to get punished, but one of your 13 is. And it's going to be Astrid. And Astrid's my favorite.
She's wonderful.
She's wonderful. And I just love Bart. She's so funny.
What are you doing?
Gurgle. But, yeah, that part.
I just really hate her, the grandmother. I just want her to die. So much.
When she told Astrid to run, I was like, oh, it's happening. It's happening now. Oh my god. And
yes!
And then right before she she throws herself off the thing, her grandmother was like, well, you're actually not really an Iron Teeth. Is it Iron Teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Iron Teeth.
You're
Kraken instead. And it's just like, wait. You're half.
And you're also a queen. I mean, that's
the last Kraken queen. And it's just like, well, that's new. That's something that we didn't expect to see it and whatnot. So that was terrible.
Well, and then in the end, when they showed her the leather braid that astronaut always wears, I'm like, no, you can't kill her. She has to, like, go out, like, fighting because she's so badass. You can't just kill her off on the sidelines. And then she was alive, so.
Yeah, it was all good.
She comes to the rescue in the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited about that.
When Lorcan and, is it a lead?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's too many, that one.
That's how I've heard it pronounced.
Okay, a lead.
So.
When Lorcan and a lead, like, get together.
I was so
I'm not gonna lie,
the entire book.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot who Lorcan was. Like, it totally was like,
who's this guy?
It was Lorcan, like, I'm so confused, but then I was like, oh yeah, now I remember. He's that guy.
That's how I was when I first started reading the book, and it was talking about Elena and Gavin. I'm like, who's Elena? And I was thinking alien in my brain, so I'm like, wait, alien? What happened to Rowan? Who's Gavin? What are you doing? And she took like 5 pages. I'm like, oh, just kidding.
There's too
Old
many,
dead
like,
girl.
a lead, like, same names and stuff like that, like, very close, very similar.
Well,
and then a lead and Elena. Yeah. Is it Elena? Elena.
Yeah.
Elena.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know it's Elena, because that's how Shayna kept on saying it in our book talk. Elena. That's how she says it.
Also, when you listen to the audiobook versus reading, you hear them, and so they sound similar a lot of times, so it just all goes. Especially since I haven't read, Queen of Shadows was a few months ago, so.
But yeah, when they got together, I was really glad that, like, Elide got out of the situation that, she was basically, like, dying, and then, like, Lorcan, like, came to save her. Was like, was he looking for her, or?
Yeah, well, he was hunting her, and then the Ilkin came and tried to kill her, and so he's like, okay, well, let's kind of band together and let's see why they're chasing you and see if I can use it to my advantage. Mm-hmm. And then he ended up liking her. I was like, oh, yay, you're such a sweet asshole. I love it. Just to her. Everyone else you hate.
Just to her. So that was really cool. Now, let's talk about this whole, like, what Elena was like, you have to go. Was it Elena or
Brannon?
No, the other. Was it Brannon and the girl queen, ghost god?
Elena.
No, it was the other one.
What?
It was Deanna.
Oh.
Deanna was like,
yes.
You have to go to the marsh. Was the marsh?
Yeah,
You have to go to the marsh.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But you have to go to the marsh.
With the stone ruins and everything.
And you have to go get the lock, and it's gonna be magical, and it's gonna help, like, explain everything.
And she's like, hey, we're kind of dealing with other stuff right now, and then.
But you still have to go, and blah, blah, blah. And it was so weird, just like.
Weird.
What?
You said weird.
It's weird. It was, yeah, I was like, okay, so now we're on this quest to go get this lock in the marsh. So let's all go do that.
Those marsh creatures are so gross.
They were really, really creepy. And then,
And knowing there's a bunch of dead bodies floating around, so.
Yeah, so
that's not
so they all
scary.
get there, and, I like how Manon, like, on the way there, like, they had her, like, chained up. Yeah, we, like, didn't discuss that, how, like, Manon, after, like, falling from the tower, Abraxos saves her, and then he, like, carries her away, and basically brings her to Aelin.
Of all the people that she's supposed to be enemies with. And they're like, you're a prisoner right now.
You're a prisoner right now. We're going to chain you up and stuff.
And then Dorian's love for her is just like,
we're going to talk about Dorian and Manon in a minute. Because, but they're in the marsh, and, they get to the lock, and, Lorcan and Elide are like, couple yards away.
Like sprinting
Towards
them. He's like, hey, by the way, Rowan, I know you're here, so pay attention.
Let me throw out my magic,
Yes.
my dark magic, and be
pay
like,
attention to my magic
pay attention
as
to
a
my-
warning. And they're like, oh shit.
oh shit,
a lot of Ilkin
there's
coming
like
this
a
way.
500 army of Ilkin coming towards us.
Flying
Well,
Ilkin
God
coming to kill them.
dang it.
And there's 8 of us.
And
We
there's,
can do
what are
it.
we gonna do? So they kind of prepare themselves for battle,
Yeah.
and like Aline,
Lead.
Alid, Aelin.
Oh, we're talking about Aelin.
Yes.
Okay. I thought we were
I was like,
talking
I said, there's too many Alid, Elaine, whatever.
So Aelin.
Aelin, like, goes out in front and, like, thrusts her magic out on everyone, like, and she does,
Burns them all to a crisp.
she burns them all to a crisp with the help of Dorian and Rowan, a little bit. Let's just say, it was basically
Mostly
all of
her.
it was just mostly her.
Mostly her.
So that happened, and, she got really tired afterwards, and they find out, like, what's inside of the box is this mirror, and it's like a witch's mirror that basically helps you see the future. Is that how it was?
Yeah.
It was like some let you see the future, some let you see...
Fortune-telling mirror.
Yeah,
thing.
basically.
Future, past.
So, and then they start, going back to the ship, and then they see, like, this whole armada. Oh, yeah, and then Lorcan comes up and be like, hey, guys, what's up? I have a lead with me.
I loved the reunion of Aelin and Alid. I wanted to, like, start crying, like, because Aelin's just, like, breaks down into tears, and she's like, this is what your mother told me before she died.
The only times I cried was the ending, which we'll get to.
See, I didn't cry, but I wanted to cry. I was like, oh, tears.
I cried like a baby. And then I was crying when Astrid was about to get, sacrificed.
Yeah.
I was like like it was awful. But then Lorcan and Alid are there, and Gavril and Fenris are like, because they're blood oath to Maeve, and they're sent out to
we're
kill
gonna
him.
kill you, Lorcan.
And it's like, Gavrил's like, wait, stop.
Well, after they freaking for a second, I thought he literally ripped her arm out of her socket. Whenever I read it, I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah, like when
Alid jumped onto Lorcan to prevent
her from
Fenrir.
Gavin. Is it Gavin or
Fenrir.
Fenris.
So many names.
Too many, like...
Fenris is going to lunge in his wolf form at Lorcan's back, and then she's like, no! Like, the way I read it, at first I thought he had, like, jerked her arm out of her
ripped her arm out of the socket
or something.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, no, just giant bite wounds, and she's, like, in shock.
Mm-hmm.
And just...
So that happens, and so Rowan, like, makes it so where, like, they can't harm them.
Hey, if you do this, I'm gonna kill you guys, so...
Yeah. So he kind of, like, put a stop on the blood oath and, like, the everything, so they don't have to kill him right then and there. Which is a good thing, because I feel like there's a lot...
I really like him.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more to Lorcan than meets the eye.
I mean, you've already kind of seen it, but I'm really excited for him to, like, fully redeem himself in everyone's eyes. Because it's getting there. I mean, he was a completely asshole at the beginning, and then he slowly, because of the lead and how he likes her.
And, like...
It's so cute.
Yeah. So, yeah, then they start heading back to the ship, and then Maeve's army's there, and Maeve sends out a rowboat, like, of her people, and was just like, well, you have until the morning to, like, join us or be slaughtered.
Join us or die.
And it's just like, well, shit. And then that's when, like, everybody, like, because they teased with Dorian and Manon about, like, the him going in there and, like wanting her and stuff, which I was like, my
I know. The
body was on fire. I was like, yes!
The first time, I'm like, oh,
yes!
this is happening, and then he stopped. I'm like, what?
I'm not gonna lie, like Rowan and Elena, they have, like, their moments. Aelin. Oh my god. Like, you see, there's too many. Sarah, why?
Elena.
That's
confusing.
Aelin. Okay.
Aelin. Names that we don't know of anyone in real life.
Oh my god. Aelin and Rowan are, I mean, they're cute. But Dorian and Manon, I have, like, this, like, feeling of very, like, sorry, the dogs. Anna Bart. They're fighting. And then Kayla's just lounging. The dogs are just super funny. But I had, like, this, like, very Rhysand and Feyre feel with in that scene of him, like, pinning her arms, like, slowly unbuttoning her shirt.
And then the kiss. You hate Rhysand. I mean, who's that?
I mean, he's, like, totally, like, not my, like, yeah.
Get a nice close-up picture of that. If anyone's seen that beautiful fan art,
yeah, that's
yes.
that's me. Guys, we're doing a live show here. Hey,
Anna, come here.
She's the good one. Shut your mouth. I know you're the bad one.
Poor.
You little good dog. But yeah, I got a very Rhysand Feyre vibe from that scene, and then like the night before everything, with Maeve's army is about to go down, I felt like everybody just wanted to do everything.
Like, hey, we're about to die. Let's all have sex.
Let's all have sex. So we got Dorian and Manon having sex. Lysandra and
Adian wanted to have sex.
Wanted to have sex, but instead they're just sitting on.
Well, because they were forced to be whores in their earlier lives, so that's not really what they want to go back into. It's sleeping around.
They want to be with each other, but like
they don't want to push anything too fast. And speaking of sex, can we talk about the whole fact that Rowan and Aelin didn't have a baby? I'm like, she's throwing up. They just had sex. Is she pregnant? And then she wasn't. That was really
didn't happen.
I think that was the first text I sent her. I'm like,
she's
are they pregnant? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. And they said, hey, Anna, come here.
They're fighting. Just like Maeve and he just like plopped down.
Bart, come here.
Hey.
Bartok.
Hey.
Come here.
No. Bad puppies. You're
Okay.
the troublemaker.
It really is.
Tia, why don't you come make an appearance? Because you didn't in this book. Since you didn't do an appearance in the book, how about you do an appearance in our video?
Sad. I also wish at the very end, like after Aelin's captured, I was thinking they're gonna have like a chapter at the very end of just her, and I was just like that's it. I turned the page and it was like acknowledgements. I'm like, oh. I needed at least something. I want to know
get into that later.
What torture she's
going
through.
Oh my god. But so yeah, so everybody's having sex basically, and the Aelin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just to make sure, because I'm gonna mess up so much. The Aelin and Rowan sex scene on the beach. It's beautiful, and it's magical, and I think it's what every Rowan and that's
Shayna's
her.
in the other room. I don't know what she's doing.
There was a weird noise that came from that room. But there was like the only thing I could think of on that beach sex scene was, she's gonna get sand up there, and it's not gonna be pretty. Trust me, like no. That's not gonna be pretty at all. That's the only thing I could honestly think about. Was just that doesn't like
I
sex
love
on the beach.
throughout the whole series. Well, not the whole series, but their whole little romance going on. He's like, the first time I take you, it's not gonna be up against a tree or blah blah blah. It's gonna, you're thinking it's gonna be like some.
It's gonna be classy in a hotel room.
Yeah, nice.
Nope, it's gonna be out in the public beach, everyone.
Hey, guess what? Let's just fuck. Let's do it.
Let's just have sex in the public beach. Okay. Well, everyone can watch.
She was
Skulls
all for
Bay. But so yeah, whatever. Okay, we keep getting off topic. And that's basically what you do with this book. I mean, there's so much going on. Like
it's a very large book. So
hey, we're trying to do a live show here. Do you mind?
Anna.
Dogs,
stop.
Do you mind?
Anna, come here.
I will throw something like this nice coloring book at you of animals.
Water bottle.
That's perfect. Oh my gosh. It was like, what did I do wrong? But the part where like Aelin's like, Rowan, I need something of you, and then it just like ends. I was like, oh god, what is happening? And I kind of had a feeling that that's what it was leading into, was the whole marriage thing and stuff. But, and that's kind of like what Resent and Fear did.
Yeah. Well, that just made both of those, like, important ceremonies happening, and we don't get to see any of it. I'm like,
I wanted to see them get married.
I mean, granted, with Reese and Farrah, it was more kind of like a do it behind everyone's back so no one knows what's happening. But, I don't know, Rowan and Aelin, I thought...
It needed, I think it needed to be on the page.
Thing. It made me really sad.
Their most romantic gesture was sex on a beach. In a public beach.
Well, for her, she
got
all excited about the possibility of being discovered.
Ooh, oh.
She's a...
I wouldn't care about being discovered. I would care about saying him a hoo-ha. That's what I would care about. But no, she doesn't care. When Rowan leaves her to go to the other ships in his hawk form and then where his cousins are and stuff like that, I was so terrified of what he was doing.
I thought he was going to give himself up or something. Like, I don't know how that would help, but I thought he was going to do something stupid like that. Like, hey, you could have me back if you'll just leave Aelin alone. I was like, no.
Yeah, I was real worried
just,
to see what was going to happen and stuff. Because I didn't know what his, plans were, and they didn't, allow us. She didn't tell us what was happening. Like, he didn't divulge anything. It was just like, I asked them all the same question, and they all gave me the same answer, and it's just like, I will consider it. And, sorry, I was doing that.
She has our
making sure everything was working properly.
Live video pulled up,
But you didn't know until it happened in the battle scene that, when they're fighting
all his cousins.
when he's fighting Maeve and stuff, and like halfway through the battle, his cousins turn around and like
well, and I was wondering why
Maeve.
he was like, hey Lysandra, only target these few boats. I'm like, that's weird, but okay, whatever.
Do that?
He's a commander, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
Because secretly they're gonna
they're gonna help out and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna take down Maeve and we're gonna take down the ship.
And then the 13 swarmed in.
I was so ready for that. I was so relieved and so ready. I was like, yeah,
Praxis!
But then all the while, this fight's going on over here. Dorian has concocted this I figured out this whole
I know what the key is.
I know what the key is.
I know
and
how
stuff.
this works. So Aelin and Manon go into this magical mirror and disappear for almost the entire fight.
Yeah.
And so it's just
and it's basically like a flashback
explaining how she was
Elena.
Yeah.
How Elena fucked everything up.
Pretty much. She's like,
because
we'll put it off to the
Brandon was supposed to her father, Elena's, was supposed to sacrifice himself to get
for all the gods to go back to their place. Erewhon. All the gods would go back to their sanctuary or whatever and take Erewhon with them and destroy him there. But in order for that to happen, Brandon had to drain his life force, his blood, his magic, everything. He had to die.
Yeah.
And so he was holding this key and keeping it until that time was right, and Elena thought he was just holding off and not doing it just cause, and so she goes and locks him away, and then everyone's like,
what the fuck?
What did
Why
you
did you do that?
So because of this consequence, how we have to stay in this realm now for even longer, so it's all on you. You're gonna have to suffer for this. So she just screwed everything up.
And so you see the flashbacks of that, and, Aelin, right, and Manon are just standing back, just watching, absorbent of this whole thing. And then, Elena comes in and just like, I'm sorry, I did this to you and stuff. And
I was hoping it would just be some random person that would be sacrificed, but I didn't know that I would know you.
Yeah, I didn't know I would know you or anything like that. And then she shows her, another flashback of to where like, it was, like, another flashback. It was the one to get to Nehemia.
Yeah, when she explained to Nehemia, because Nehemia thought, oh, well, because they're, I guess, prophecies or whatever.
Yeah, Nehemia thought it was...
She was going to have to sacrifice herself.
But it's like...
And Elena's like, no, it has to be someone that's blood-related. So they chose Aelin.
Seeing
it makes
Nehemia again was just heartbreaking.
It really was.
I was not prepared for that, and it just made me sad all over again at the end of...
I'm gonna cry right now.
Yeah, Crown of Midnight. And it was unfair to see her again, but I think Aelin needed to see her again to be like, oh, okay. So when everybody's saying, nameless is my price, and the queen who was promised, then she realizes it's me.
Everything.
And here's and I have predictions and stuff, which will be at the very end of this video, which I will explain and stuff. But then they get transferred back.
Well, and then there's another flashback showing that the entire reason that Aelin didn't drown in the river is because Elena saved her. And so she's like, she could either die, because the gods were like, you can kill her right now, and it'll be the end of it, that, she's strong enough, it'll work, and Elena wanted her to have some semblance of a life, even if it would be a crappy one with Arabin, so she saves her from death in the river, and then everything that happens is where we are now.
Yeah. So at that point then, Aelin and Manon get thrust back into reality at the very end of this war battle on the sea, and they're actually thrown onto land where
Elide is hiding.
Where Elide is hiding on shore, where Lorcan sent her
to be safe, to be guarded by all these big muscly warriors, but Aelin and Manon show up and they're all dead, and freaking bitch queen
Maeve.
Hate her.
I hate Maeve.
I
wanted her to
just die.
I need her to die.
Bloody death.
And
so bad.
And Aelin is already drained of her magic, and
she used that giant firestorm
with the 500 Ilkin. So she's already drained and stuff. So now here comes Kale. Excuse me,
Kale.
This is the third time you've been mentioned in this video.
Come here.
And that's too much for this book talk.
Come here.
Come here, show yourself, because you didn't show yourself in the book.
Kale, come here. Anyways, okay, so Aelin and Manon wind up on the beach, and
Maeve shows up.
Is there, and she has one of her warriors has a freaking knife to Elide's throat, and you're like,
what's happening?
No.
This can't be happening.
And
she's like, well, I can either kill her now and take her with me, or is that what happened?
It's you can either resist me and I'll kill her and take you anyways, or you can come with me and I'll let her live.
Yeah.
And she has summoned Gabriel and Fenris and Lorcan are all there now. And she has them under her thrall still. They can't do anything without her say-so. She literally has them frozen in place so they can't do anything.
And then poor Lysandra, Aedion, and Rowan are back on the ship. They're stuck there oh god, we have to row. We're going to row back to shore.
Get so many miles back to shore to save everyone.
But, so Elide and they try to fight. She tries to use the very little magic that she has left, but it's no match for Maeve and her magic and stuff. And so she basically surrenders. And the guy that took Rowan's place, her commander.
He's a sadistic bastard.
He's a sadistic
he
bastard.
He enjoys pain of people.
And the moment when she's like, take off your shirt. And she's just top naked. And she's like, I'm going to give you 10 lashes. And you're going to count out loud. But if you don't say the number, if you don't count out loud, we're going to start over.
She's saying this to Aelin.
Yeah, she's saying this to Aelin. And, I flashbacks to Outlander with Jamie and stuff, and like the flogging with him, and that's basically what happens. Like it's like she never shows emotion. I mean, she like cried out I think once.
Yeah, at the very end, she got lashed like 9 or 10 times, I think, and it's just like.
I think it was more than that.
Faye Warrior beating her with the whip, and Elite is screaming at Lorcan to help because she's like, "Come on, you can fight this lady. I don't know why you're not." She doesn't understand what they mean when they say that Maeve has them under like a spell. Basically, they can't disobey her.
Hannah.
They can't disobey her, so she doesn't understand why Lorcan isn't helping.
Yeah. I think she thinks that he can just like break it, just be like mind control, just break it.
I think she thinks it's more of a he's in love with her and wants to do what she says, as opposed to literally he cannot disobey her.
Yeah.
She just doesn't understand that, and so that just whole scene is heartbreaking, and just Elite's heartbreaking basically because Lorcan's not doing anything in his inner turmoil, and
it's super just heartbreaking, and you feel you feel bad for there's too many Elaine, no.
Elena, Aelin.
It's too confusing. Gosh dang it, Sarah J. Maas, why would you do this?
I still have
a lot of tongue twisters.
I still have Selena in my brain
as
that being her name.
So Aelin is just taking this beating, and then she goes with Maeve, and they put the iron chains on her, and they put the chain choker on her, and then they put the mask over her, and I was like, oh shit. And I don't know if anybody saw my tweet when I was tweeting and stuff when I was reading this, but that's the page that I flipped to. Like, but I didn't think
you spoiled for yourself.
Like I spoiled something about a mask being put on someone's face, and I think the last name in that line is Rowan. So I thought it was Rowan. I was like, oh, fuck, no. Something's happening to Rowan? No, please, no. But
he already suffered
enough. But, I mean, Aelin suffered enough. God dang it. Aelin has suffered enough.
They've all suffered so much.
They've all suffered so much. Like,
mostly because of this fucking bitch queen, man.
Yeah. What else do I have as notes? So yeah, she's put in the iron coffin, and like,
I was afraid that she was gonna whip her until she was like unconscious, but Maeve's like, oh well, we can't get stopped by these other Fae warriors.
And so she's taken away. Like, they take her to the ship, and then boom, the ship is gone. Bye. Don't know where they are. And then here comes Rowan, Lysandra, and Aedion. Like, where is she?
They're like, yay, we defeated people. Where's Aelin?
Where's Aelin?
Where is she? Where's my wife?
Where's my wife?
What?
Oh,
what? What?
What is happening?
At first I didn't realize like he actually meant wife. I thought it was just like he's trying to be more dramatic or something. I'm like, no, wait, they got married? When did I miss this? What happened?
Anna, what happened?
What happened? She gets so antsy when I get upset about something.
Oh, that's precious. #puppy love. She's like giving you kisses.
But and so Maeve had already like severed the connection of Gabriel and Lorcan, like just brutally cut off her blood tie. And so they're just like,
Fenris's like whole goal is to get away from Maeve.
He hates her. The only reason he's there is because of his brother. He's trying to save his brother.
So she takes him back.
So she's like, I know greater torture for you would be to still be stuck here. So
that feels so good.
Like hair on my lip.
But yeah, so they're gone, and they stayed because of the blood oath. I know, and it's so sad.
And then Lorcan starts crying. I'm like,
you do have a heart, and you do have feelings.
And Elite's reaction to him, she's like, I hate you, basically. And I'm just like,
because the only reason why Maeve showed up is because Lorcan
sent out his beacon of dark magic and being like, hey, Maeve, come save my girl.
Save my girl. And
because he thought they were under attack when the giant armada of ships came, and so her Elite's reaction to Lorcan and her, like, hatred towards him made me so sad, because he's, like, heartbroken and crying because he finally found someone that he loves,
and she's just like, I will never trust you again, basically. Yeah. I like, this friendship is basically over.
This thing we
have, and he's just like, one way or enough, I will make this up to you, and stuff. And then, Lysandra's like, well, Aelin and I planned for this, and it's just
we planned everything. I'm like, what?
What? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What?
What?
What? I planned everything. I'm going to.
So bad for Aedion.
I'm going to become Aelin in her body. So we'll go back to the north in Terrasen and just like her.
To all of our freaking. What's the word I'm looking for? Like,
the army?
All of our allies.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend to be Aelin so they don't lose hope.
Yeah.
And they know that, she's still alive. And so they can't send a giant army to save her. So it's just going to be this small little
and that
people.
In that moment, like, I feel so bad for Aedion right there.
I know. He's like, you did this? You planned this?
And I was like, you planned this without me knowing you did this? My queen knew this?
No.
And it's like, no. I need that ship to, like, come back. Come
Aedion,
back.
Like said, you stay together. You haven't even done anything. Stay together. You need each other.
And that just explodes.
Pretty much.
In itself.
Like, he's just so pissed at everyone in this book, like,
angry.
with his father, and then he got pissed off at Aelin at one point, because he's like, where's our allies?
He's pissed off at Dorian, he's just
he
angry.
hates, like, everyone. I think the only one he doesn't hate is Rowan.
I think it was... Well, he hated Rowan in Queen of Shadows.
Well, in this book,
yeah.
But it's just like, he was all pissed at Aelin, because he's like, where are our allies? You planned all this, and nothing's happening, and then he feels so guilty, because he's like, she planned everything, because she
planned
has
everything.
all the other assassins, and her cousin, and I can't remember her, what is her name?
But everybody comes in at the very end, like, everybody's getting mad at her, like, where are our armies, Aelin? What are we gonna do to defeat this? And she's like, I don't know. And then at the very last minute, when she's gone, here comes, all the assassins, all of her cousins, come together and, to see, like, to be together, to fight for this. Got 13 and everything, and Aelin's gone. And now the only, thing that's, not stopping them from walking away is Lysandra disguised, transformed into Aelin. And I want to say it's like Astern. Not Astern.
No. I can't remember. Oh, where is it? You keep talking.
I need water. I'm dying. Pause for intermission. Do 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 do.
So much talking.
I want to see if we have any comments. I highly doubt we don't.
If anyone's watching this by now,
they're not.
I hope you're not bored.
I love y'all.
I hope you didn't click on it and be like, this sucks, and go away. That would make me very sad. What is her name?
But
Ansel! She's a freaking assassin that you meet in Assassin's Blade.
Yep.
Along with everyone.
So
so Ansel's fleet, and I love the like tension between Ansel and Manon, because they're just like, no, this is my home. No, you haven't been there in years. This is ours. We've claimed it. We've revived this land that you guys abandoned, even though they don't know it's because they were cursed. All the Iron Teeth witches were cursed.
Yeah.
So.
But here,
I love Manon redeeming herself through this book. Just like her fighting against her grandmother and being like, no, this isn't working, so we need to try something else.
Manon went from my, least favorite
character. She was
character.
like a bitch that I hated, but I still kind of liked her because her personality was awesome.
I wanted to skip over her chapter so bad. I was like, what is this? I want to get back to Aelin, Rowan,
Why are you
Dorian.
talking about this bitch? Iron Teeth, what?
And you know what? I feel like because she came in... Sorry, Shayna's making some weird noises
know.
there. But I feel like because she came in Air of Fire, and Air of Fire was such, like, it was the migraine book, as Sarah has said so many times. She comes in Air of Fire, and Air of Fire is such a weird book because Dorian, Aelin, and Kale are gone. Like, they're not with each other.
Yeah.
And then here comes this new character, and it's just like...
She gets so much screen time, and like, who are you? I don't care, go away.
I don't care. I want these three to come back together, like, and then Rowan comes in, too. Which I was fine with Rowan, because he's with Aelin, but Manon's not with any of the main cast that we've seen.
She's just some random person talking. I'm just like, go away.
And
then throughout this whole book, though, I'm like, ooh, Manon.
I was like,
what's happening with Manon? Come on, bring her back in.
I need more
like,
Manon
chapters. She was
chapters.
gone for several chapters after she passed out before she arrived at the ship. I was like, what's happening to Manon?
What's happening,
Did
Manon?
she, like,
I need to
die?
know. I need to know.
I don't know what's happening. I need some Manon action going on, man, because...
I need it.
I love her.
To have
She's
it.
So...
I got to know. So I turned out to love Manon so much.
Yeah. Her just character development is just amazing. I just love her growth throughout the series. It's just she's like the same but a completely different person at the same time. And it's just when they tried to take a lead back when they Vernon came, I'm like, no, not Vernon. I was just like, oh,
that
you
moment
bastard.
Scared the crap out of me.
And then when they were in the alleyway and I was reading when she got the knife and I'm like, oh, she's gonna freaking kill him. And then it goes over to Lorcan's point of view and I'm like, no, don't stab yourself. What?
I thought she was a goner.
I was like,
she was a goner.
He threw the freaking hatchet, and then I thought he, cut her hand at first, and then I reread it, and it was with the handle that hit her, but I'm just like, don't die! I like you! You're just like the underdog that just keeps winning.
Yeah, this book, had so many feels. The end was just ripped your heart out and stuff. Aelin has to die for this curse and Erewhon to be gone.
I was really afraid they were going to kill her off in this book. I'm like, we have a whole other book, what?
No, okay.
It would be terrible.
Okay, the thing with, the end, so, Lysandra has become Aelin, and she's gonna go with Aedion to the north to, go stir things up.
Tense.
With Erewhon and, fight the war, I think, and go to the north. And then you have, oh god, who was it? You have Lysandra, Aedion, no. Yeah, no. We have, Aelin. Aelin.
Wait, what?
Oh my god,
What
no.
are you trying to talk? Elite?
Elite, god. Oh my god. You have Elite, Rowan, who else?
Oh, Gabriel.
Aedion, and, Gabriel. No, yeah. Elide, Gabriel, Lorcan, and Rowan
are all going to rescue Aelin.
Are all going to rescue Aelin. Yes,
okay.
God, Jesus.
Who are you talking about?
Oh my god. It's just...
So the little party is going to go rescue her from Maeve's clutches.
Yeah, and Lysandra, who is playing Aelin, and Aedion are going to the north.
What really made me cry was his reaction to Lysandra's betrayal. That's when I started crying. Cause I felt so bad.
I felt so bad. I see where he's coming from. Because basically they planned to be like, well, if Aelin dies, I'm going to pretend to be Aelin for the rest of my life.
Basically. And that's why she married Rowan in secret, so there would be someone still on the throne that she trusted.
For Terrasen. And it's just like... I'm speechless at this point while reading and stuff. And so that's happening. And basically Will's like, well, you can't have sex with Rowan because your babies won't have the Ash River genes. He was like, well, I would be having sex with you and having your babies, Aedion. And it's just like,
thanks for informing me of
this. Thanks for throwing my sperm into this. No, and it just set him ablaze.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for him because she's basically they're all just basically using him, And I feel like that's how he feels, and that's why he's so upset. Because she should have known that he was going to be upset about this, because he's being used again for his body and everything. And I think she understands that, but still, it's for the greater good of the kingdoms and stuff, but still it's a shitty thing to do. And then you have Dorian and Manon and then the 13. I forgot what they're doing, but they're going somewhere together.
Aren't they going to search for the last key?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. I knew they were doing something.
I knew they were doing something.
I knew they were doing something.
And I love that Dorian and Manon are just sticking together now.
They gotta stick like glue, and I
well, because Dorian is the only other person that can die to form this lock.
Prediction time.
So
here's my predictions.
Oh, no.
Okay, I have a couple. I'm just gonna read them off. Okay, so I feel like Aedion will die.
No.
I'm sorry. I feel like Aedion will die.
I don't want anyone to die.
And he'll die like in the way like from Pirates of the Caribbean, like Will dies. And like
forever.
Like when he like Long John Silver like whatever his name is, Moby Dick, I don't know. When he stabs him and stuff and then they get married and
I have not seen that movie in years.
Oh my god.
So I don't know what you're talking
okay,
about.
for y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all. I feel like that's
on the
I'm sorry, but I feel like that's
screen.
gonna happen. I feel like that's gonna happen. That's my prediction number 1 is that, they're gonna get married right then and there or something and he's gonna die. To God, I hope that doesn't happen, but that's something that
I hope no one dies. That's my prediction. But it's
of course,
true.
Very small. Manon versus grandmother again.
Yes, I want that show
and
so
that,
badly.
That will happen, and
Fucking kills that bitch.
The grandmother will die, and it'll be
epic.
She has
to. Just like Maeve has to die. They're gonna die somewhere or another because.
And we've already said this. Kale will come back with the army from the south. Where he's from the south, right?
Yeah, with I can't remember her name, but his love interest that like popped in the last book,
and then never heard of her again.
To have him get over it.
Dogs. I'm in.
Annabelle, stop.
I'm in my predictions for the last book. Hey. Water bottle. Go back in your cat hole, Kale. I mean, whatever you
Bart.
talk. Bart. But I know I'm looking at you. Okay, so yeah, Kale will come back with the army.
I think he's just gonna magically be walking, but like,
I feel like it'll
save the day.
I feel like it'll be like that scene from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where Narnia, where it's the battle's going on, stuff like that, and then all of a sudden
Aslan appears.
And then it brings like a bunch of army. I feel like that's what will happen. But Kale will be Aslan, and it'll be back.
Kale is a cat.
Kale is a cat, so it makes perfect sense that he'll come in like Aslan. Kale, you haven't made an appearance in this book, so at least make an appearance in the video. Come here. We've already had dogs in there.
Come here.
Come here, kitchen.
Screw you guys. I do not do what you want. Oh. Come here, Kale.
Maybe.
Come here, Kale. Where is he? I don't even know where he is.
Oh,
Yay! Come here, Kale.
We got him.
Kale.
Kale.
Yay! I named him after Kale from the book, by the way.
Hi, Kale. Bye, Kale. Oh God, big cat.
I didn't name him after like the stuff you eat.
Bye,
That's what
Kale.
everyone
Hey.
thinks. I'm like, no, it's a character from a book.
Hi.
Kale.
Hey, look at the camera. Bye, Kale.
Kale.
Disappear like you did in the last book. Say bye.
Hi, Kale. Hi, Anna.
Okay, so last two predictions. Manon will be pregnant. I foresee it.
I kind of thought about that.
Yeah, Manon will get pregnant, and he'll have a baby and stuff. Here's my last and final, and the one that I feel the strongest that will happen. Dorian will die.
I can see that though.
Dorian will
I
die.
can see
I'm
that,
sorry.
'cause-
I'm so sorry to all the people that still ship. There are people that still ship Aelin and Dorian. Like,
No.
I feel so
That's God.
strong.
They're related.
in a very, very far off
They're
way
still
related.
related.
But
I know
Rowan
what
and
Sammy and
aren't Rowan and Aelin too
No.
far? Yeah, they are far,
Oh,
far
yeah,
distant,
no,
like cousins. Okay. I'm sorry, Shayna. I'm sorry. You can't hear this now because you're still in Air of Fire. But Dorian will die.
I can see that. I don't want it to happen.
Because here's the thing. Going back to the whole like the queen who was promised and stuff, and like they've been preparing her whole life for like these moments and stuff. I feel like it's not only preparing Aelin for this, it's preparing Dorian. Like there was no reason for Manon to go back in the past. There was no reason. Yes, like it was like the queen of iron and the queen of fire has to go in there. Like
I think it was maybe like the two of them together had to open it.
But I feel
the lock.
I feel like because Dorian and Manon are like together and stuff, I feel like it was her purpose to see it for Dorian, to tell Dorian that he must do this. Like, in some way, somehow, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Like, she will tell him he will be heroic, he will save the day, he will sacrifice himself. That's unfortunately how I see it. Do I want that to happen? Of course not. Do I want Aelin to die? Of course not. But I feel very strongly that he will die.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna... If he does die, it'll be him to use the lock. He'll be the one to die for that, and then Manon finds out, oh, guess what? I'm preggers. I really want, and I've decided my couple's name for Aelin and Rowan is Aero.
They already have a couple's name. It's
for
like
my name for them.
It's like Rolina, or I don't know.
I think it's like Raylin or something. It's Raylin. I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to call him Arrow because that's I just like it. Because it's the first of her name and the first of his name together.
Do you have any other predictions of what will happen?
Not predictions, but I just want them to have a freaking baby because that'd be adorable. I want to see him be protective. There was like a Tumbler image or something that I read, and it's just like, can you just imagine Aelin being pregnant and then Rowan being all like protective of her, and like there's already another little baby and he's all just like freaking out and he's just sitting there eating chocolate.
I would love it so much. I want that.
Because the whole freaking thing. Oh, and then when Maeve was talking about how she knew that they were mates all along and like hiding it and trying to like work that to her advantage, I'm like,
bitch.
What?
Absolute
and then she like fucked over Rowan by sending him to the girl that he loved that she ended up dying. Wasn't it that Maeve killed her? Wasn't that how that worked out?
I believe so.
Yes. To get him to go to be completely crushed and heartbroken to get him onto Maeve's side, and then she was like, "Oh, bring Aelin over here so they'll meet."
What?
And
oh, bitch. She's just
she's I don't like.
Other prediction: Maeve will die. Maeve will die.
She's gonna die a horrible.
Yeah, like that's. I mean,
death.
that's not like what I strongly feel. I know that will happen. I know Arabin will go back. So will the gods. Arabin.
What?
No.
Erewhon. Like, Arabin's dead. What?
He's already dead, Mary. Oh my god. Stop it. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Erewhon will die. And then Maeve will die. And then everybody...
My grandmother will die. Every evil person will die.
Evil person will die.
Because Sarah J. Maas said there's only one book left, so...
Yeah.
All has to be wrapped up, and all the evil people be defeated.
We thought that the king of Utterland was terrible.
Kale!
Kale's messing with the blinds. Kale!
Kale!
Stay out of this book! Like, you're not allowed in this book.
But anyways.
So that's basically it. We don't have any questions or anything like that as far as I'm aware. I haven't checked.
For all you people that are not watching this right now.
But we'll watch it later.
I think we've had 0 views this entire time.
We've had a couple of views that logged off. Yeah. But I mean we talked about everything basically, so that's my predictions and stuff, unfortunately. You know. the one that I feel the strongest of is that Dorian will die.
That's gonna make me really sad if that happens.
That's gonna make
Don't do it, Sarah! Don't do it! Don't.
Okay, here's the fun thing. Everybody knows how in love Shayna is with Dorian.
She loves him so much.
She's in Era of Fire right now. She's in for a very rude awakening at the very end of that book.
With Sorsha?
With Sorsha, and then with Dorian becoming the Vogue prince.
Oh, yeah, that.
Like,
that thing.
I am so excited to get her text messages from that whole
Her
thing.
text message
Her
when she finished
reactions?
Akamath was
Priceless.
the best thing ever.
Kale in the corner.
Now he's making an appearance.
Hi, Kale.
Like, hey guys.
Hey guys, I'm here, but I'm like far in the south. But yeah, I'm excited for Shayna to get into this.
Her reaction text to stuff like that is like.
And he's the Vogue prince through
One
that
of the
whole
highlights
entire
of
through the whole entire Queen of Shadows.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, she's in for a rude awakening.
She's gonna cry. I mean,
She's
she
gonna
does
cry.
anyways,
Oh my
but
God.
she's gonna cry so bad.
And then when she sees this and sees my prediction for her beloved Dorian, she's gonna be even more upset with me, and she'll probably
we
punch
won't
me
let
in
her
the face.
watch this until she finishes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She won't. She doesn't want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
But
Just kidding.
But yeah, those are our predictions. Those are our thoughts. Those were our talking about it and our reactions to everything of Queen of Shadows.
Everything I can think of right now.
Oh my gosh, this book was like a
It was
roller
just
coaster from
of
start to
emo-
beginning.
Just a roller coaster of emotions. I was just like up and down and up and down and up
Like
and
the
down.
only two things that the only thing that I knew was gonna happen was there was gonna be Dorian and Manon. That's really it.
Well, and then through the book, I was like, okay, Elid's gonna meet back up with Aelin. I anticipated that happening. I'm really glad it did. I was afraid. When I was getting closer to the end, I'm like, oh no, are we gonna have to wait until the next book to see their reunion? And then it happened. It was, like, that was one of my favorite parts. Just the reunion between all of the people from Terracin.
So
the Terracin reunion.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
So we're gonna end it here. That was our live book talk for Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. It was beautiful and wonderful.
I loved it.
I can't wait till
1,000 thumbs up.
1,000 thumbs up. I am so nervous for the last
I
one, but I'm excited for the last one and then nervous because I don't want this to end. I've grown with all these characters and I love them so dearly. Leave in the comments what you think your predictions are. If you think I'm wrong, tell me in the comments below.
No, shut up, Mary.
We'll talk about
I
it.
will slap her for you.
Let's talk about what our predictions are, what we think, what we hope, what we know, and what we don't want to happen and stuff in the comments below. And then let's just talk about this book and all the feels. If we left anything out, get onto us down in those comments. Let us know that we did not talk about something.
If you think we rambled, let us know too, because we're bad about that.
We're bad at rambling. It's
Like, hey,
terrible.
you guys, shut up and focus more on this stuff.
Yeah, so, we're ending it here. I'm Mary.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this has been a Nerdy BookBOOK Club live book talk, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, I guess we should say next month we're doing 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake, that live show.
We're actually going to do a live show.
We're going to do it.
September
and we're gonna
or
meet.
August kind of.
We're actually meeting her this Friday at the Texas Teen Book Festival in Austin. If any of you guys are going, we'll see you there.
I'll actually be there this time.
Elizabeth's going to an event.
I
We're so
requested
excited.
off work for everything. Every time.
Work scheduled me, and then I got onto them.
You're just like, no, I'm off on Saturdays.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm sorry, but let's just Kale, what are you doing? Kale. That's so cute. Oh my god.
Kale, what are you doing?
Kale. I just went outside, guys.
Alrighty, well.
I need to go save Aelin. I need to go save Aelin, and I'm going there right now. Oh my god.
On that note,
On that note,
we'll see
we're
you
ending
guys.
this now.
See you next time.
Bye.